I wanted to launch my poll, but give me a moment.
I can control that.
Oh,
Rajesh,
okay, okay. Vishal, that will be great. Yeah, please.
yeah, I'll do that.
So that I will be only doing this
Sure, sure.
commentary. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the poll launched, Vishal?
The poll is launched. 15 seconds. People have started responding.
Okay, good, good.
So
Now,
let's
when
wait for. Yeah. Yeah, you can pause. I'll tell you. So for some reason, only 6 people have responded, though we have 9 participants.
okay, see, my question was, yeah, behind which sheet it was
I'm,
very
I'm,
clear.
I'm
Fine.
ending the poll regardless.
Good, good.
Rajesh.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So I'll read it out, Rajesh. So 6 people have voted. 5 have said they could see the pen clearly behind sheet 1.
Sheet
And
one.
one person has said sheet 2.
Fine. Okay. Five of you told that you could see the pen behind sheet one, which is my observation also. I'm seeing, keeping it behind sheet one and seeing clearly. Behind sheet one. Behind sheet two, it is only partially visible. Actually, it is not clearly visible. Maybe you can make it out again when I'm showing here. This is sheet one, this is sheet two. This is sheet three, you cannot see that. It's not visible. So what I'm trying to draw your attention to is, or the conclusion that we are going to draw, some materials that we see are able, if we keep any object behind those materials, we will be able to see that material very clearly. Some objects are behind a particular material. If we can see that object very clearly, then we call such material as transparent material. So in this case, the sheet one was transparent. That's why you could see that, even though I hold the pen behind that clearly. And there will be some materials which will not, if you keep any object behind that, you may not be able to see that materials clearly, but still you will be able to see little bit, some partially. You may not be able to make out exactly what is that, but you cannot see the boundary, the sharp edges, but you can see that something is there. That is the case when it was sheet 2. You see, you cannot exactly make out, right, like to this extent. Such materials, we call them as translucent materials. Remember the word translucent. And the materials through which you cannot see any object clearly, they are called as opaque materials. And so how we actually go about it thing is that if those materials allow the light completely to or most of the light to pass through them, only then you can see the material. You can see this pen now without any screen in between, because light is coming from, say, here is a window, through the window and falling it on the pen and reflecting and coming to your and reaching the camera, and you are able to see. So similarly, if that light which is coming towards the camera is able to pass through this material, that's why you can see that even though this is behind that. So this is transparent. Here you can see partially, this is translucent. Here we cannot see, this is opaque. Now this is about the solid objects, right? Let me show now quickly what happens with the liquids. Here is something that I am holding in my hand. This is plain water, just water, okay? So this is the pen. Let us do the same exercise. I am holding the pen behind that water. To see if you can see the, okay, there is an ant. Fine. If you can see the pen clearly, this is water, plain water. Let me also show in the same way to sugar water. So I added some sugar to the plain water, and I am trying to show that here is the sugar water, sugar plus water. Okay, I'm going to ask a question, so please carefully observe this. With sugar plus water, where you are able to see the pen, means mostly clear. Here is another setup where I have added some amount of lemon juice to the water. So this is kind of lemon water, lemon plus water. See the pen, I'm holding the pen. So one more thing I have is a mixture of a turmeric powder and water. I made this yellow, nice yellow solution like this, and I'm holding the pen behind that. Are you able to see that clearly? Now my next core question. Which among these four liquids that I've shown, plain water, sugar water, and this is sugar water, and this is lemon plus water, observe this, and turmeric plus water, which one is translucent among these four? Please have a comment. We'll have a whole question now. We shall learn the whole. Let us see how much is actually gone into your mind about translucent that I told you. This is translucent, this was transparent, this was opaque, and I am asking which is translucent among these four.
I've launched the poll and people have started responding.
Yes. Plain water, again sugar water, and very important is another lemon plus water, and then again my turmeric plus water.
So 10 people have already responded, Rajesh. 2 more people to go. So 12 participants are there.
Well, there is.
Yeah, so I'll end the poll. Just one more vote to be taken. Then I'll share. Yeah, we have all. But then one more person has just joined. Regardless, I'll end the poll.
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll get an opportunity for next 9 questions. We have so many questions to do.
Okay, so I'll read it out, Rajesh, because you may not be able to see this. So out of the 12 participants, 7 have said lemon plus water is translucent. 2 are saying plain water itself was translucent. 1 is saying turmeric plus water is translucent, and 2 are saying sugar plus water is translucent.
Okay, so that means majority of you were able to make out the lemon plus water to be translucent, and 1 or 2 of you, maybe 3 of you, told the sugar plus water and the plain water itself was translucent. I don't know. Maybe I may attribute that to the fact that this is a glass, and also I'm just showing this through the camera. Maybe if you got confused, actually I am able to see that. I'm holding the pen behind that. I'm able to see that clearly. This is not translucent. This is transparent. That is plain water and also sugar plus water. But lemon plus water, however, was translucent. That is what my observation also. And one of you, I guess, told turmeric plus water was translucent, which is not the case. It was not translucent. Maybe I can show you once more and let us have that clarified. So actually, it is opaque. I'm holding this orange pen behind that. Can you see anything through the solution? Only pen, to the both sides of the cup you can see, but through the solution is not possible to see. So that is not translucent. Now my next core question is, which one among those four was opaque?
Okay, Rajesh, I have launched the poll.
Good.
Okay, last 5 seconds. I see that 2 of you have not responded, but I'm ending the poll. But this is super cool. So 11 people have responded, Rajesh, out of which 10 have said turmeric plus water is opaque, and 1 person has still said sugar plus water is opaque.
So your voice is not clear.
Yes. Rajesh, I also had similar experience. Can you speak now, Rajesh?
So your voice is not clear.
Yeah, let's just wait for a minute. He seems to have dropped out. So while Rajesh comes back, let me know. This is a good time to ask any questions. I see that one of you have said sugar plus water was opaque. Rest of you seem to have got it. So of course the correct answer is what majority of you have said. Turmeric plus water was making it opaque. And what does opaque mean? Something that light cannot pass through. And since light
I
cannot
was
pass through, you
correct.
can't see. Okay, great. Since light cannot pass through, you can't see what is behind. I think Rajesh has just joined.
So what
Rajesh,
I
you
will
are back?
do, I
Yeah.
am back. Okay, what I will do is that I will not do with my video. I will do with my video off so that I will save some bandwidth. It's a network problem, friends. I am sorry. Okay. So we were discussing about transparent, translucent, and opaque materials, and most of you, except one or two of you, maybe a small bit of confusion. Most of you are able to identify what was
What?
transparent. Uh, are you not muted now?
Your screen is not visible.
Okay.
Yeah, he
So
has kept it. He has kept his video off because the internet is seems to be unstable. If whenever required, he'll switch on his video. And I'll go back to our system of muting everyone. You can type on the chat window. Okay. Yes, Rajesh. Go ahead.
yeah, let's go ahead. So I was saying we were talking about transparent, translucent, and opaque materials, and I saw that most of you were able to make out what was transparent and say the sheet which I have shown, sheet one, and what was translucent, the sheet two, and lemon plus water, and also which was opaque, the sheet three, or say even the turmeric plus water. So now that this much background is set for that, let us have another quick poll question. It's a very simple one. We all know there is air around us, right? There is air around us. So we breathe the air and still we cannot see that, right? So the question is the air around us transparent?
I have launched the
Yes or no? Yes.
Yeah.
Already 10 of you answered and you know,
Rajesh, have you launched the poll?
no, I have not launched the poll,
I'm
but I am
yeah.
able to see the poll.
Okay. I'm not able to see any responses.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's fine. So then you let me know when all the 13 have responded so that I'll end it.
Actually, 11 of them have responded. It's almost 1 minute now, Vishal. I think we can end
I'll
the
end.
poll.
Yeah.
Yes. So 11 of you responded, and I see that, yeah, the poll is shared also, result is shared. 8 of you told the air around us is transparent, and 3 of you told no. We can see, we can go into that for a minute. Why? What is the reason? So I mentioned air around us. So air is something which is around us, all of us. We see that we breathe, so we are not able to see that, right? So that is exactly my point. If you are not able to see something, and if it is still there, then that should be transparent, right? That's why any object behind that, you are able to see that because light is passing through that. From the object, the light is coming towards your eyes. Even though the air is there in between that object and your eye, you are able to see the object behind the air. That means air is transparent. Air is there, still you can see something behind the air. That's why air is transparent. Similarly, my sheet 2, sheet 1 example, there is sheet 1, but still you are able to see the pen behind sheet 1. That is why I said that is transparency. Let me quickly come and let us clarify this and go ahead. See, this is sheet 1, and we are able to see the pen behind that. That's why this is transparent. Similarly, air is transparent. Let me again post my video so that I don't end up with the same problem. Now, another quick question, then we will go to the next topic. So, the fourth question. Among the following, which is opaque? Okay. Here is the question, please. What are all my options? Your steel plate, say a steel plate you have at home, and hair oil, and glass, any glass piece for that matter, air bubble in water. Those are the options I give. I want you to identify exactly which one is opaque. We talked about transparent, we almost are clear about translucent as well. Now it's about opaque, and then about the next question. We'll go to that. Okay.
Let me know, Rajesh.
Yeah. Now 12 of them have answered.
Okay. So I'll end the
almost poll. A minute. We will end the poll. Yes. Yeah. And among 12 of you, 9 of you told, that means about 70%, 69%. 13 of you answered. Okay. Told that 69% of you told that steel plate is opaque, and some of you told hair oil is opaque. I don't know if that may be a valid observation. Maybe in some of your cases, the hair oil is a mixture of something and it is opaque possible mostly, but oil are not opaque. But air bubble in water, somebody told, is opaque. Maybe you may have to observe that once more if it is really opaque. But steel plate is definitely opaque. That is the right answer. And 69% or 9 of you told that. So I hope with this much background, we are now clear about what is transparent, what is translucent, and what is opaque material. Now let us go to the another interesting thing. So let me share the, okay, before that, I just want to draw your attention to how we can know or understand these concepts using what we call as ray diagrams in science. So here is a vertical line, straight line at the center, almost center, right? Imagine that as the boundary of your object or the surface of the object. Then I have drawn two lines, slanted lines, passing through that vertical line, and with the arrow mark, both of them. So imagine the first line, which is left side of the screen, as the light which is coming from some object, and here is the surface, and then see what's happening, that light is passing through the surface. This is the case when the material is transparent. When some material is transparent, light ray will come, it will touch the surface, but then it will pass through the surface. That's how we will represent a transparent material, or when light passes through a transparent material, what happens? This is how we will represent in science. So similarly, I will show another diagram. Here you see, I have drawn similar vertical line, but there is a thick line, right, in the left side. A thick line I have drawn, and in the right side I have drawn a thin line. So I say that this is how I will represent translucent material. Why? While light is coming towards the surface, lot of light is coming. Thick line I have drawn. But after passing through the surface, you could see only partially. You cannot see exactly. So a thin line I have drawn. So this is how I may represent translucent material. In the case of transparent, the thickness is almost same. But in the case of translucent, the thick line will become thin line, or more light will become less light when it passes through the object, translucent object. Now let us see. Okay, this is the. Now let's go to the pinhole camera that you have made, the box pinhole camera. So I may be sharing few more diagrams of similar nature. So in this, please consider the box where I have drawn a small, circle kind of thing here. This is the hole. This is the outer box, the big one. I'm moving the cursor so that you pay attention to that in the image. So this is the outer box in your pinhole camera, or the bigger box. Now here is the smaller box. This is the box with the butter paper, where you have stuck the butter paper inside. I am trying to show that with this line and this box in this image. And this whole one is the bigger box. And say a tree, or I may show, even have a candle as an object. These are the objects which you are able to see in the camera. So this is how typically when you try to see a tree using your pinhole camera, this is how it looks like, right? I guess this is how it looks like. So now let us see. Let's consider this case of say I have tried to show the candle through your pinhole. When you see a candle, what actually exactly happens in the inside the pinhole candle. So here the candle and the flame of the candle. From the tip I have drawn many arrows. Okay. What does this arrows mean or indicate? These arrows indicate, or these arrows show the light rays, how they will travel from this point. From the tip of the arrow, for example, light rays will travel in all the directions. That is why you go and see the candle from any direction, from top, from side, from left side, right side, front, back. You go and see, you are able to see the flame. You are able to see the tip of the flame because light rays are traveling from the tip of the flame in all the directions. The same way, all other part of the flame also. Say, it's not only true about the tip of the flame, it is true about all other parts of the flame as well. What I'm trying to tell, here also I can draw so many arrows. From here also I can draw so many arrows. But for simplicity, I have drawn only from the tip of the flame. Arrows are going all the way. That means light rays will travel from in all the directions. Now my question is, what will happen to the rays of light which are going towards the box of your pinhole camera? So now there is going to be a poll question. Okay, let's have that poll question now. What will happen to the rays of light which are moving towards the box? I've shown the box and also have drawn the rays. So many rays were there. And if you want, if you are, I don't know if anybody missed that diagram, once again I am showing. You can just move that poll question window in your screen using the, say, mouse cursor, and you can see the image again because I have shared the screen again. Yeah, it's 9 of you have answered out of 14. I'm waiting for other response. The options I gave, all the rays will enter the box through the hole. Is it really happening? Through the hole? Are all the rays entering? Other option I gave, all the rays will go back after hitting the box. Say this is the box surface. Are all the rays going back? Or are some rays entering? That's one more observation you have to make. Only a small portion of the light will enter through the hole and no ray will enter through the hole. It's about the hole. Okay. 14 of you voted. Now let us end the poll. It's beyond 1 minute now. Yeah. Okay. Now see, the result is shared. So 4 of you told that all the rays will enter the box through the hole. But is that really true? Observe here. So many rays are coming and hitting the surface of the box. But that is, we explicitly ask you to make a black box, black surface. And in that, all the rays cannot enter, right? Because that black is something which is opaque. That cannot enter inside the box. These rays, which are above the hole and below the hole, for example. So that is not a right answer, that all the rays will enter the box through the hole. All the rays will go back after hitting the box. Whether that is what I was trying to draw your attention to. Is it really happening? See, near this hole, some rays are entering, right? They're coming from the tip of the candle. They are entering through this hole. And again, only a small portion of the light rays will enter through the hole, which is 9 of you told. 1 of you told that it will go back. 9 of you told it will enter through the hole. And I also agree with that point. That is the answer. So that's my answer also as well. What I'm trying to tell, only small portion of the light. That means among so many rays, a few rays will enter the box through the hole itself. And no ray will enter the hole. Some of you told that's also not a right answer because few rays are entering. Okay. This is what I wanted you to observe. And also please have another close attention, pay close attention to this. Few rays are entering from the tip, I told, but it's not only one ray. There are more than one ray. There are 3-4 rays coming from the tip of the candle and hitting the, say here, the screen, butter paper. And there is a reason. This will lead to a interesting thing that happens in the nature of the image. So yeah, let me bring the word out. That is, it will result in blurring of the image. All of you might have observed in your pinhole camera when you have seen, I don't think you could get a very clear, sharp-edged image like you get in the other case. You got the blur image. I used to get the blurred image. That is the reason is because from the tip of the candle, more than one ray is coming. So that will try to show the tip of the flame in the butter paper. But because it is more than one ray, they will touch the screen in more than one place so that the edge is actually not very sharp, it is blur. So that's what I wanted to talk about with this
Rajesh,
diagram and
is it okay to? Yeah, so here itself I see an opportunity to respond to one of the questions. So Shrishti has asked, if we make the pinhole bigger, then why can't we see the inverted image? Or I suppose she's asking, why can't we see the image at all? And Shrishti, as Rajesh just explained, so now if we make the hole bigger, then from the same point, uh, let's say same tip of the flame, you'll have multiple rays coming and hitting at different points on the screen. So the image of single point in the object is getting created at multiple places on the screen, and hence there is no sharp image getting created. So if the hole is bigger, then from same point, multiple rays will come in. That's the problem.
And Thank you.
Shrishti has also said, in the given experiment, I can only see 2 points of the candle flame. Can't prominently observe inverted candle. I suppose you are talking about the diagram which Rajesh is showing. Yes, Nihar. Yes, Nivan. We are going to ask more questions. So I think Shrishti is pointing to the fact that we can't see the whole candle in your diagram, Rajesh, which is also an interesting observation. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Srishti, what I understood from your question is that I have drawn only 2 lines and I am showing the whole flame inside the camera, but I am not drawing the line from all other part of the flame. How is that possible? Maybe I suppose that is the question. And then my answer is, yeah, if I have, this is what they are trying to depict in a ray diagram at any time is a symbolic representation of what's going on. So now it is possible that I can draw from just from below the tip of the flame, right from the right below the tip of the flame, I can draw one more line which may come and hit the screen at this point, say, and just below that one more line will come and hit here, one more line will come and hit here, and one more line from the say at the center. It will come in the straight line and it will hit here. And similarly from the bottom, one ray I have already drawn, second will come and hit say little below that, so like that it will come, so that you end up creating the whole flame like that. So maybe a 3D animation kind of thing would give you a
No, Rajesh, I think her point is that she can't see the candle, only the flame. And the answer to that,
okay.
Shrishti, is...
Sorry.
Yeah, you go a little away from the candle, then even light rays coming from the bottom of the candle will enter the pinhole camera. Only issue is many a times, because pinhole camera doesn't have any other source, the light rays getting reflected from the body of the candle is at times not very bright. And hence, even if you go far from the candle, you may not see the entire candle because the light intensity that reduces by the time it reaches the screen. Okay, Rajesh, a quick reminder for the time. It's already
11:32. I see. No, sorry, Srishti, I got the question wrong. Maybe I didn't understand properly. So I to finish it within time. Yeah. Now, okay. Now I have so with the Srishti's question, we have discussed this much that I can go to the next poll question straight away. It seems that's where I am asking. Looking at the diagram again, a ray of light which is coming from the top portion of the flame, which passes through the hole, will reach dash where? Will it reach the bottom part of the screen? Will it reach the center of the screen? I was almost showing that through my mouse cursor movement. Or top portion of the screen, will it go above? Or say you can't say that as an answer. The question, hope is clear. Looking at the diagram, say look at this diagram, you can move that whole question window and you can have a look again. From a light ray, which I have drawn already, coming from the top portion of the flame, which passes through the hole, will reach where? Okay, already 8 of you answered, and let us be strict about this. We will end the poll by within 1 minute. Now only 15 more seconds are left. 8, 10, 11 of you answered. Yeah, we expect maybe 2 more of you to answer. 12 of you answered, yes. And yeah, 13 of you answered. We can end the poll. I think we shall all of them have answered. So the yeah, 9 of you out of 13 of you, 69% told that it will reach the bottom of the part of the screen. That's what is our observation as well. That's the right answer. And 3 of you told center of the screen, which is not true, right? See, here is the tip of the flame, and it is light ray is traveling. That's what I am trying to show here, right? I have put the arrow mark here. From the tip of the flame, it's coming, and it is touching the screen below. And please pay attention. I have drawn the flame such a way that it is almost matching, or it's almost at the center of the box. I mean, the level, which is not below or above the hole of the pinhole camera. If it was below the hole of the pinhole camera, then whole flame itself would be above. Then my question would be invalid. But you pay attention that the image is such that from the top of the tip of the flame, it will reach the bottom part of the screen. Why I wanted you to pay attention to this? This is exactly the reason why you see an image in this way, right? Similarly, because from the top it is going to the bottom part of the screen, then you can have a comment on what happens to the light ray which is traveling from the bottom part of the flame, which will go and reach the top part of the screen, right? And says from the center, which will go in a straight line. I mean, all are going in a straight line, but which in a horizontal line, and will reach the center of the screen. So, making this much observation, let us go to the next question, where I am going to ask, with your pinhole camera, you could see an image, right, on the screen. Please comment on the nature of the image, and I am asking, the options I am giving are upright, but left and right were interchanged, inverted, I don't remember, and last one, inverted, and left hand side, right were interchanged. So when I say upright, the meaning was straight. Imagine you standing with your legs down and head is up. That is upright. Now you imagine you standing somehow near the wall or something with your head down and legs up. That is inverted. That Shirsasana is there, right, in yoga. Shirsasana is inverted. You are standing inverted. Your head is down, legs are up. That's inverted. Your legs are down, head is up. That is upright. That is what I meant by upright. And also left and right interchange. You please remember, please in your mind recollect what happened to the image, used to happen to the image when you see through the pinhole camera. Was it really left and right were interchanged or not? For example, if you see a window, left window was seen in the right side or left side in your camera. That is what my question was. Yeah, now 11 of you, okay, 11 out of 11 I have answered. Yeah. And 8 of you told that it is inverted. And 1 of you told that it's upright. 1 of you told upright and left and right only were interchanged. 8 of you told it is only inverted. Fortunately, all of you remembered something. Not that I don't remember is not an option of anybody. And some of you told 1 of you told that inverted and left hand side right were interchanged. Now, because 8 of you told only inverted and didn't have any comments on left and right interchange, I would leave it to you. Please have an observation once again. I hope all of you filled your observation table. I don't know if you really paid attention to this. Again, because you have your pinhole camera in your own hand, your own camera, you only made it. Now see focus it on some object, need not be candle flame, maybe something else, a tree or window or something, and have a comment on, observe if the left side, what happens left and right side, whether it's getting interchanged or not. So what if I'm not conveying it properly, let me just quickly come on the screen and try to show what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So left side, say, and right side, right, of an image. What you have to observe is that, are you able to see what is left in the real object is seen in the left side in your camera or in the right side, or is it interchanged? I mean, is it left side things are visible at the left side only, or are they interchanged with the right side, so that you see the left and right side interchange? That is what you have to observe, so that I will not be, I need not give an answer to this, but only 1 of you told that it was inverted as well as left and right interchange. I say that is the right answer. Okay. So for others, for 8 of you who didn't see that, please observe that. Okay. Now let us. So with this much discussion, what I want to conclude is that because light rays are coming in all the directions and there only a small portion of them are entering through the hole. In this particular way, see how it is going. You are getting the image which is inverted. From the bottom will go and hit the top of the screen. From the top of the flame will go and hit the bottom of the screen. Similarly, it will happen about left and right as well. So all will get interchanged. So when you see through the pinhole camera, you will get an inverted image, and also left and right also will be changed. Please observe that. Okay. Now, this much about why you get an inverted image in your pinhole camera. Now let us have a very close observation about why you have to use the butter paper. Now for that, the question, I have a poll question. If you have used a piece of glass instead of butter paper, what would happen? That's my question. So the question will appear soon. Let's finish it in 30 seconds only. Let's make it very quick, and so that we don't go beyond the estimated time to a larger extent. What would happen if you replace the butter paper with a piece of glass? Options are: I would get a better image, I wouldn't get any image, I could see the whole instead of image. I can't answer this. Some of you are openly admitting that I can't answer. That's sometimes I like that as well. When you can't answer, I say that I don't know. Okay. I could see the whole instead of image, one of you told, and one of you say I wouldn't get any image. Okay. So yeah, this is kind of multiple right answers it seems. Yeah. I would get a better image, most of you told, right? Instead of butter paper, if you use the glass, it is transparent, right? By the way. Okay. Let us end the poll here. 11 out of 12 out of 12 have answered. Okay. Now 7 out of 12 have told that I would get a better image. But is that really the case? That is my question. So I don't know if it is worth trying instead of me giving the answer. That's also possible, right? So this time I would like to leave it to you instead of me giving an answer. But okay, now because two of you told that I would see the whole instead of image, so it's better to go for the right answer. Yeah, that is the right answer. If you replace the butter paper instead of replace the butter paper with the glass, what you will actually end up seeing is just that hole. The small pinhole is there. You are able to see that. That's all. So how you can verify? Just remove that smaller box and just see through the bigger box. That's equivalent to what you are doing, right? That's equivalent to actually replacing the butter paper with the glass. Because when you treat the glass, it is transparent, then only air is there between the hole and your eyes. Now you remove the small box, then there is no butter paper. Again, there is only air between your eyes and the hole. So then you will be able to see only that small hole. Okay, now what is the bigger thing to take away from this is that the significance of the butter paper. So now I have shown the sheet 2 in my that 3 sheet setup, right? So that is nothing but a butter paper. Actually, I have dipped an oil in the dipped the paper in an oil and shown, but it's equivalent to a butter paper, right? So this is in something through which you can see the pen partially. That means all the light rays will not pass through that, but some amount of light rays will pass through that. So what is the advantage of that? If there is nothing, no screen, if there is a glass plate instead of butter paper in the pinhole camera, or there is nothing, then all the light will come and hit your eyes straight away. Then you can see the hole and maybe candle flame through that. But for an image to get formed, you need screen. Without screen, image cannot be formed. Now the disadvantage of what is the screen? The screen is something which will block the light and show it. It will reflect that. So for that you could use one opaque object. Then there would be image formed on the screen, but you wouldn't be able to see that image behind the screen because that is opaque. Now the challenge is you need something which will block the light to some extent so that image is formed on that. It's coming through the pinhole. Light coming through the pinhole should form the image. For that you need a screen which will block the light. But then you should be able to see that behind that. For that you need something which is semi-opaque, which also means semi-transparent. So which is nothing but translucent. So that is why you had to use a butter paper or a paper dipped in oil which is like semi-transparent like this. That is the significance of that. Without that, your pinhole camera would not work. Okay. So that is the specialty of butter paper. We go to
so in this context, some time back, Ananya had asked the question that if we put 2 butter papers, then will it work? So I wanted to bring that up and also wanted to draw your attention to the time. So I would like you to pause here and let's take questions from the children. So let's start with responding to Ananya's question. What will happen if we had 2 butter papers instead of 1?
Yeah, Ananya, what would happen if you take two butter paper? Frankly speaking, I didn't try that, and I don't have a right answer, which I have done and seen. But I can have a guesswork answer. So, butter paper itself is translucent. It will only allow some amount of light to pass through that, and you are able to see the image because you are using one layer of butter paper. Now, if you keep two layers of butter paper, so image will get formed on the first layer, first butter paper, anyways, because what you need is a butter paper or a paper which will block the light. So, but first butter paper itself will serve that purpose and it will block the light. Image will be formed. But my pinhole camera will work only if I am able to see that behind that. So that you are able to see because one butter paper was just enough translucent or it's enough to block the light and allow the light to come through, so you're able to see. Now, if you keep two, I would say the intensity would reduce. Intensity, by intensity, I mean the brightness. Already, because it is a small pinhole, what you were able to see was not very bright, I suppose, in most of your cases. But if you keep two butter papers, you would get even, lighter, less intense image. That is what would happen. But again, I have not tried this. But it's a good question and worth trying, Ananya. You can do that because it's very easy. Stick one more piece of butter paper and see.
In some sense, Ananya, yours and I see Nevan has also asked the same question. Your question extends to another question, that if I keep adding translucent objects one behind the other, then will they become transparent or will they become opaque or they'll remain translucent? And that itself is an independent experiment. So you don't need to make an entire pinhole camera to answer this question. If you just take a bunch of butter papers and keep placing them one behind the other and see if they become opaque, they remain translucent, or they become transparent. I'm sorry, I've been calling some of you by the name which I'm seeing here. That may be parent's name. In that case, please clarify. So there is a question or a comment from Jyoti that we could not see anything except some light, no clear image. We tried changing the screen twice. So Jyoti, there are three important factors for the pinhole camera to work. The screen, the butter paper on which the image gets formed, that has to be translucent. Light has to fall on it and stop. Not all light should pass through. But we also don't want all light to stop because we are seeing it from behind. So it should be translucent. The box should be opaque. And not only just opaque, it should be blocking the light completely, which is why we are saying it should be black in color. And the third thing which brings the transparency, so it's a combination of all the three, is the small hole. So you increase the size of the hole, then even then you'll get blurred image. So what you may want to check, Jyoti, is whether all these three are maintained. Was the box nicely opaque? Second is, was the screen translucent? And whether you had a small pinhole. Pinhole should be pinhole. Also, sometimes when we look at objects which are not giving enough light, so that's the reason the experiment involves looking at the candle flame or tube light or outdoors. If there isn't enough light coming from the object because it's only a small hole through which only few rays are entering, the light is not very strong, so you can't see it. And hence it's important that you look at objects which are giving out light. So usually if you look at the window grill during daytime such that light is coming from the back side, then the window grill structure is very clearly visible. And further, if your window grill structure has some special object or some mark on one of the sides, left or right, then you can also see the left to right inverted images. Sure, Ananya. We are anyways, from our side, we have come to the end of the presentation. Whoever has questions can stay back. Me and Rajesh are here for another 10 minutes. Those who have to leave, you may do so, please. The next activity is a little switch from optics. We will be looking at how life starts in plants, and that phenomenon is called germination. We are going to study the germination of seeds. What are the factors which influence germination? The content will be dripped in another hour. So please go to Google Classroom and check. Okay. Thank you, Jyoti. It would be good if you fill the observations. The filling of the observation tables itself should answer many of your questions. Shristi is saying, what will happen if we place two butter paper with one as it is and another with multiple holes placed in some distance? So second one towards pinhole. So I suppose, so if I have understood your point clearly, Shristi, you are saying two butter papers, one as it is, but the second one you are keeping towards the pinhole, and the butter paper has some holes. That's a very interesting situation which you are seeing. So Rajesh, I'll read out both the questions. There's another one from Samar. What happens if you make the hole bigger? Will the image become larger? In fact, Samar, there is one poll question which Rajesh had to skip in the interest of time. We'll launch it now, okay? Which is also slightly related to the question you are asking. Sure, Shristi, you haven't tried, it's fine. Thought experiments are also welcome. Okay. Rajesh, is it okay if I launch the poll, the
Yes.
last question?
The last 11th question, yeah. So that.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
Yeah, then I may share the screen and discuss the other.
Yeah.
Okay. Here is the question. In your pinhole camera, when you move the outer box, pay attention, the outer box, towards the object, meaning away from your eyes, what happened to the image size? The image you are seeing on the butter paper screen, what happened to that? Image became bigger, image became smaller, or no change, or I don't remember. That's a very good big possibility that some of you do not remember. But try to choose between, if you remember, whether image become bigger or smaller, or was there no change? So I'm asking you to remember what happened when you move the outer box away from your eyes and towards the object, say towards the candle, towards the tree. We will finish the poll in a minute, 15 seconds more. So yes, few of you answered, and yes. Diverse opinions are coming. Okay. Yeah. I think we can end the poll now. And let's share the result straight away. Yeah. So what happened? Some of you told, only two of you told the image became bigger when you move the outer box, not the inner box. Again, I'm telling, away from the eyes towards the object. You told image became bigger, two of you, and three of you told image became smaller, and no change, two of you told. So let's try to. Why don't we try to understand this through my diagrams again? Okay. Just imagine this is the say scenario in the beginning. You have taken your camera, there is a candle, you are focusing on the candle flame, you are able to see the flame. Now what I am asking, move the outer box towards the candle, towards the object, towards the candle, and see what happens. This is my image. So when you move the outer box towards the candle, which automatically means you are moving it away from your eyes. Remember, you are keeping the smaller box touching to your eyes, you are not moving that. So when you move that bigger box away from the object, towards the object, that means you are moving it away from the eyes. So that's how the distance between the butter paper screen and or the image where the image is formed and the bigger box, the hole, become more. That's what is shown in this image. And you see that automatically from this image to this image, the image size has become bigger, right? By moving the distance between the flame and the hole is same. I'm not wearing that. See here. But just that you move the bigger box towards the candle flame, your image became bigger. So how you made the image bigger is like this. Now there's a specific question was, would it happen if you increase the size of the hole? I may come to that in a moment. But before that, let me finish this. Now what will happen if you move that towards the eye, the bigger box? Say this was the original one. Now we have moved it towards the candle, and this is what you have seen, that the image became bigger. So as per the ray diagram, as per the science, this should happen. And I know that this was what was the observation. Some of you missed maybe that observation in the whole question. Actually, what happened when you move the outer box towards the candle was that image became bigger, not smaller. And some of you might have failed in recollecting that. Okay. Now let us see what will happen if you move the outer box towards the say eyes, or away from the object towards your eyes, towards the screen. That you will see in this third picture. You see, automatically the image size became small in this diagram, ray diagram, right? So this is how science works. You just draw the ray diagram. Theoretically, it's happening, and in the observation, also same thing is happening. So you observe the same thing. When you move the bigger box towards the eye or away from the object, both are same. Away from the object means towards your eye. You see that the image size becomes small. That's what is shown in the ray diagram. But here it became bigger. That's what is shown in the ray diagram. This was the original picture. Now, okay, this much I want to explain with this ray diagram. See this? See this? See this? And now the specific question was, what would happen if I increase the size of the hole? Would it become image become bigger? Not really, right? Because what I was trying to show with uh, the the ray diagram, where I had so many arrows, was something very different, where I almost mentioned what would happen if you make the Vishal, I guess, mentioned hole bigger. If you make the hole bigger, what would happen is that many rays will enter from the tip of the flame. Many rays will enter. Instead of making the image bigger, it will only result in making the image blur, more blur. Because from the tip, instead of one ray coming and making one say point corresponding to the image, corresponding to the flame in the image, it will make more points. So that means the tip is spread over this place. Because just because you made the hole bigger, you made the hole further, because a lot of rays will come. All these rays will enter. So these all will hit the screen in different places, which correspond to the tip of the flame. So instead of being able to see the tip, you will be able to see only some amount of light, a blurred image. So we can also take it a little further to what exactly happens in your camera lens and eyes and all these places. So this is exactly how the light will get converged to the lens which is there. In your eyes also there is lens. So this kind of thing will happen in your eyes, where light is converged and image is formed. If instead of the small hole, if you have a big hole, lot of rays will enter. They will go in all the directions, and you will get a result in a blurred image.
Yeah.
So in the that's it.
Samarth, hopefully your question got answered. So the short answer is the image will be blurred if you increase the size of the hole. It will not become bigger. Any more questions? I hope we have not missed any question which was asked earlier while Rajesh was presenting. Yeah, Shristi's question we missed, Rajesh, that if there are two butter papers and one with multiple holes and that is placed at some distance. So what will happen is the one which is closer to the pinhole, first the image will be formed on that, and some light will pass through that which will fall on the second butter paper. So one thing is, because the first butter paper is absorbing some light, so even though you have holes in that, the holes in the butter paper in the screen, they don't have much value. So yes, some light will pass through those holes, but the fact is the intensity of the light reaching the second butter paper is reduced even further. So I would imagine that it will be a very faint, a low intensity image that will be formed. Niman, I'm not sure I understood your question. You are asking why does it become small, or the correct answer? Yeah. So I suppose you are asking what was the correct answer to the last poll question. So as you do this, it's similar to what you may have seen with some of the camera lenses, the zoom lenses. When you zoom, the lenses come out. When it goes close to the object, the image becomes larger. It does not become small. Whereas on the other hand, if I take this back then it becomes small if the distance between the screen and the pinhole, or in other sense, the lens in a camera. When that distance reduces, then it becomes small.
But I feel that Nihar was saying, because in the poll the maximum opinion was that it becomes small, which was wrong. Maybe I failed to point that out. So Nihar, it does not become small; it becomes big. But for some reason, in the poll, the maximum opinion we got as it becomes small, which is not the right answer. The right answer was it becomes big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other question? Otherwise, we can end the call here. Okay. Thanks, Niman, for responding. So for some of you who had joined the batches on 30th April, this may be the last activity of your program. We are hoping that we will continue to work with you the next month and for, in fact, the entire year as well. So if you have liked these 4 activities, please renew your subscription so that we can continue to work together. Thank you, Srishti, for expressing yourself. These acknowledgements help us in realizing and figuring out whether you liked it or not. As I said, the next one is plant life germination. You can start working on it from today afternoon. Hope you enjoy that as well. Okay. Thank you, Niman. Thank you, Srishti. So we will end the call here. Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed the webinar as well. Bye, everyone.
Bye.